When the grocery shelves go empty and the power stays off, the people who panic are the ones who never prepared. But a handful of everyday foods will outlast the crisis, the decade, and in one case, outlast you. These are the foods that never truly expire if you store them right. Learn these 20 and you'll never fear an empty pantry again. The rule is simple. The enemies of food are oxygen, moisture, heat, and light. Beat those 4 with airtight jars, mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, and a cool dark shelf, and ordinary groceries can last for decades. Here are the 20 every prepper should be stockpiling, counting down to the one food that literally never spoils. Number 20. Instant coffee. It gives you something no ration can: morale. Freeze-dried instant coffee, sealed away from air and moisture, stays drinkable for decades, long past the date on the jar. In a crisis, a hot cup of coffee is more than caffeine. It's a piece of normal life, a small comfort that keeps people calm and functioning. Vacuum seal it, and it waits for you for years. Number 19. Cocoa powder. Pure, unsweetened cocoa is almost all dry, stable solids, so kept airtight and dry, it holds for years. It's a dense source of comforting calories, antioxidants, and morale, and a spoonful transforms bland survival rations into something people will actually eat. In hard times, small pleasures keep spirits up, and cocoa is one of the cheapest to store. Number 18. Bouillon Cubes. Wrapped in foil and packed with salt, bouillon cubes last for years and do something vital. They make bland survival food taste like a meal. Rice, beans, and boiled grains become soup and stew with a single cube. Salt is a natural preservative, which is exactly why these little blocks of flavor sit on the shelf almost indefinitely. Number 17. Baking soda. This humble powder is chemically stable, and kept dry lasts practically forever. And it's the ultimate survival multi-tool. It leavens bread, settles an upset stomach, cleans and deodorizes, scrubs teeth, and even soothes burns and bites. One cheap box does the work of a dozen products, which is why no serious stockpile is without it. Number 16. Cornstarch. As long as it stays bone dry, cornstarch is essentially immortal, holding for decades in a sealed container. It's the workhorse thickener that turns thin broth into hearty gravy and stretches a small amount of food into a filling meal. It also soothes skin and rashes in a pinch. Cheap, light, and endlessly shelf-stable, it earns its space. Number 15. Dried pasta. On the shelf, pasta lasts a year or two, but sealed in mylar with an oxygen absorber, it stretches to 30 years. It's dense, familiar comfort food that cooks in minutes over any heat source, and kids will actually eat it. Calories, ease, and morale in one cheap package, pasta is a stockpiling cornerstone. Number 14. Rolled oats. Packed away from oxygen, rolled oats keep for up to 30 years and deliver steady, filling energy with real fiber and protein. A pot of oats is a hot, hearty breakfast that keeps a working body going, and it needs only water and heat. Cheap by the sack and endlessly versatile, oats are survival calories done right. Number 13. Powdered milk. Non-fat powdered milk, sealed against air and moisture, stores for around 25 years, and it's a rare shelf-stable source of protein and calcium. Stir it into water for a drink, or into recipes for richness. For families with children, that calcium and protein can be the difference between merely surviving and staying strong. It's one of the most valuable powders you can store. Number 12. Soy sauce. Loaded with salt and born from fermentation, soy sauce is practically self-preserving and keeps for years. A few drops add deep, savory umami that makes plain rice and beans genuinely satisfying, and it delivers sodium your body needs when you're working hard. A single bottle transforms a bland stockpile into food you'll actually look forward to. Number 11. Molasses. Thick, dark and dense with sugar and minerals like iron, molasses resists spoilage and lasts for years. It's concentrated energy and a natural sweetener when sugar runs low. Rich in the iron a stressed body burns through. Stir it into oats or bread for calories and comfort. This slow, syrupy survival food quietly outlasts almost everything around it. Number 10. Ghee. Butter spoils fast, but ghee, clarified butter with the milk solids and water removed, is almost pure fat. Sealed in a jar, it keeps for a year or more without refrigeration. That matters because fat is the most calorie-dense fuel there is, and it's scarce in a survival diet of grains and beans. Ghee gives you cooking oil, rich flavor, and dense energy that stores where regular butter never could. Number 9. Hardtack. It's just flour, water and salt, baked bone dry into a rock-hard cracker, and it may be the most proven survival food on Earth. Soldiers carried it through the Civil War, and museum pieces over 150 years old still exist. With no moisture and no fat, there is simply nothing in it to spoil. Bake a batch, keep it dry, and it will wait for you for decades. Number 8. Dried beans and lentils. Sealed away from oxygen, dried legumes keep for decades and are the backbone of any serious food stockpile. Cheap, plant-based protein, fiber and iron in one shelf-stable package. They do get harder to cook with age, but they stay safe and nourishing far longer than most people believe. Rice and beans together form a complete protein, the survival meal that has fed civilizations. Number 7. Wheat berries. Not flour, which goes stale, but the whole intact wheat kernel. Sealed in a bucket with an oxygen absorber, wheat berries store for 30 years or more, which is why they're the foundation of long-term prepping. Grind them fresh for flour to bake real bread, or sprout them for living greens in the dead of winter. This one seed is bread, cereal, and a garden, all in a single bucket. Number 6. Pemmican. This is the ultimate survival food, invented by native peoples and carried by Arctic explorers. Lean meat is dried to a powder and bound with rendered fat, and because there's no moisture left, sealed pemmican lasts for years, some say decades. It packs protein and fat into the most calorie-dense, portable ration ever made. One brick can keep a person alive and moving for days. Number 5. White vinegar. Vinegar is acid, and acid is a preservative, so a sealed bottle of white vinegar essentially lasts forever. It's a survival powerhouse. It pickles and preserves other foods, disinfects surfaces and water containers, cleans wounds in a pinch, and cuts through grime when soap runs out. Food, medicine, and cleaner in one cheap bottle that will never go bad. Number 4. White rice, not brown, which turns rancid from its oils, but white rice, stripped of that fat. Sealed away from oxygen, white rice keeps for 25 to 30 years, delivering the cheap, reliable calories that fill a hungry belly. It's the base of the classic survival meal, and it stores by the 50-pound bag for almost nothing. If you store one grain, store this one. Number 3. Sugar. Sugar is hostile to the very bacteria that spoil food, so kept dry, plain white sugar never truly goes bad. It may harden into a block, but a little moisture brings it right back. Beyond quick energy and morale, sugar preserves, turning fruit into jam that lasts for years. It's one of the 3 immortal pantry staples that belong in every stockpile. Number 2. Salt. Salt is a mineral, not an organic food, so it simply cannot spoil. It lasts forever, and more than that, it's how humanity preserved food for thousands of years before refrigeration, drawing the moisture out of meat and fish so they'd keep for months. Your body also needs it to survive hard labor. Store salt generously, because it not only lasts forever, it makes other foods last too. 2. Number 1. Honey. This is the only food on Earth that never spoils, period. Its low moisture and natural acidity make it impossible for bacteria to survive, so sealed honey lasts essentially forever. Archaeologists have found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs, still perfectly edible. It's pure energy, a natural antiseptic for wounds, and a medicine for sore throats. If it crystallizes, gentle warmth brings it back to gold. Nothing else you can store even comes close. So there they are, from the coffee that guards your morale to the honey that outlives empires. Notice the pattern. Nothing on this list is exotic or expensive. It's ordinary food, protected from oxygen, moisture, heat, and light, so that it lasts not months, but decades. You don't need a bunker to be ready. Start with salt, rice, honey, and beans this week. Seal them properly and store them cool and dark. Do that, and while others panic at empty shelves, your pantry will be quietly, calmly full. Which food are you stockpiling first? Tell me in the comments.